Welcome back to the channel, guys and gals. So this is going to be my last video for tonight. Uh, I've been working on the Vanderbilt tender build. Got a little bit of work still ahead of me, but you know what? It's going to be all right because when it's all said and done, I think it'll be just fine. I did have the pleasure tonight of being able to talk to Gus Hadley. Very super nice guy. We had a lot of common. We had a lot to talk about, and we also talked about trains, and of course, being the fact that he's a retired railroad worker. Um, he is a very knowledgeable person. So if you haven't checked out his channel, go check it out. Again, that's Gus Hadley over here on YouTube. Go check him out. Super nice guy. Has a wealth of knowledge that just is far superior than mine. Of course, being retired from the railroad, I would hope he would. All right, so uh, looking at the progress on this, if you saw the picture on the thumbnail, then yes, you know I am not done. But here we go. So what I'm going to do is, if you can see, there's some marks right here. I'm actually going to cut this back a little bit. Reason for that being is it gives it like a area for the roof of the locomotive to fit under. So that way during the swing and going through the curves, it doesn't want to bind up. And I think it's going to look out pretty nice. Now I do got to finish shaving this down right here. And do some sanding up here and then button everything up in the front, along with a 1/4-inch block right here for its for the steps. I've also got a runner that has been made here on both sides. I got to make the ladders, and I got to make the piece to go in here. Now I do not have the headlight to go up in here, so that may be something I may have to do later, but I think I can make that work all the way around. Also, this piece right here, as you can see, there's a line here and a line right here. I'm going to cut this out to give it a flatter profile right here, and that will help with their line everything up as well. One of the subscribers said, "Why didn't you make this out of brass?" Well, I am building it here on my truck, and I could do it out of brass, but I figured, for doing this a first Vanderbilt style and following a freelance design like some of the other railroads did, it was better to make the mistakes on a model like this first than to do it out of brass and then have problems later on. So that's why I did it this way first. Alright, so the other thing that I'm still going to be done on here is, yes, I am going to be putting the angle piece in that would come up right like this. Kind of like this. Kind of, sort of, something like that. And then, of course, bring it back here. That's not necessarily what I have to do. Now, this one does follow one of the Southern Pacific locomotives, and I did find a picture of the Vanderbilt tender on that locomotive. It had a very high coal bunker up front. In fact, it was almost just about a foot over the cab, which was kind of a weird one, but it was there. I found the photograph of it. But the headlight, or the backup light, I should say, was right here. I don't have a backup light, so I'll have to fabricate something. I'll probably will wind up fabricating a headlight to go back there. But yes, overall, I'm actually very stoked on how this is turning out. It's turning out very nice for just being a model and actually having to sit down and make templates and measurements and stuff like that. I'm having a lot of fun with this one, and I'm looking forward to doing the bigger version of this. So, and again, even though I'm doing this with the Berkshire, that they call the Junior, and it is shorter than the O gauge version, or the 2.0, or definitely smaller than the scale version. I'm pretty satisfied. I think once it's done and lettered, I'm not too sure if I'm going to put the lettering here or here. I'll figure it out as I go along. Either way, it will have the lettering NDM on it. So again, the excursion train that I've been putting together, I want it to represent two variations of that railroad. So who knows? This one could get painted for the excursion train. And maybe if I get another locomotive for this one, like a 2025 or a 2026, whatever type of locomotive I want to get in an O gauge, even if it's more modern like a Williams, I will have the opportunity to be able to repaint it. So I don't want anything that's going to be like massively expensive, but it has to work. I don't care if it's scratched up or paint's wearing, because at that point it gives me a perfect opportunity to repaint it for the excursion train. Who knows? If it gets painted for the excursion train, F and M. If it gets painted for the end AM, end AM. We will see what happens. More than likely, though, it will get end AM lettering on it. I'm actually enjoying building this. It's kind of fun. First time I've built a tender in a very long time. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this quick video. Again, we'll get some more progress done on this tomorrow or later today, depending on where you're at in the world. And try to get some of this finished up before Monday and get this figured up. Maybe get the 2 rail low-scale trucks mounted. See what happens from there. As always, keep the shiny side up, rubber down. I'll see you in the next video. We'll go do it tomorrow, because I already promised y'all that, and we'll go from there. Y'all take it easy. Have a nice night, wonderful day. Stay safe, and I want to see each and every one of you back. Take it easy.